Thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to present today and spending your Valentine's Day with me. So I really appreciate it. Before we get started, I just want to let the judges know that we will have an interactive session today. You'll be able to experience our solutions right on a mobile phone, so we'll be very interactive, and you'll see our sponsor ads as we present them. You'll be able to play trivia. We actually have some really good trivia questions about the three of you in our trivia game, and you'll be able to participate in our auction experience for team adventures. So thank you again. Our objective is to turn the passion of your fans into profit for your organization. How do we accomplish that? We provide 3 solutions. We really have about 6 that are all patent protected. The first 2 that I'll talk about today, one will create life-altering experiences for your fans. Those are adventures and our auctions that are done with the team. The second is our team trivia, which will help to create emotional loyalty. And the third is our ability to help you drive team revenues. The revenues that we talk about are not going to be your typical revenues. It's going to be alternative, increased revenue from what you're typically used to seeing. You have a choice as an organization to be able to integrate all of our solutions into your existing team app if you decide to, or you can just use our web-hosted fanfund.us. The first unforgettable fan experience I'd like to present you with, that's our auction adventures. This is really all about making dreams come true for your fans. These are priceless, once-in-a-lifetime epic adventures. The nice thing is that everybody in the stands and in the stadium, whether it's 10,000 people, 100,000 people, 60,000 people, they can compete against each other to win one of these auctions. You can't buy this experience anywhere. You can only obtain it by attending your game at your stadium during the event. And can you imagine if you were able to win taking a charter flight with the team to the next game? If you were able to win the opportunity to go into the locker room at halftime with the coach and listen to the plays that are coming up. These are adventures that are almost 100% profit to your team, and that will create life-altering memories for your fans. Our entire objective is to take that mobile solution, take that mobile distraction, which is the phone, Facebook, Twittering, whatever, and turn it into the solution that produces an emotional engagement with your fan and increased revenue. The second unforgettable fan experience that we offer is our team trivia. Your fans will be in the stands anywhere. They don't need to be just sitting idly looking at a leaderboard. Wherever they are, they'll be able to be a team expert by answering random trivia questions. Our trivia questions are a very sophisticated algorithm. Again, all patent protected. The fans will earn trivia points if they answer it correctly in the correct period of time, and then can redeem those points for instant prizes right there at the stadium during the event. One of the greatest quotes I've ever read is, "In the absence of a championship, the fan experience is your ultimate measure of success." Corey had the championship, but for the other 99.9% that didn't have that championship, this is what you have. An ultimate measure of success is your fan experience. I just want to throw out one team trivia question just to give you an example, because you make it very personalized to your organization. Does anybody know who the Chicago Bear player was that had a glass eye? I know, it's a corny question. It was Jim McMahon. Most people don't know that. But we make it very, very personalized. The next thing I'd like to discuss is undeniable team revenue. The nice thing about our revenue solutions is that they are unlimited revenue for your team. And we're going to provide you all with an actual live auction that's going on. And what's really nice is what we have found, because we interviewed a number of chief marketing officers at Fortune 50 consumer good companies, they're looking for something new, fresh, and innovative to be on your fan's smartphone. And the mobile marketing is the closest you can possibly get to a fan. Our advertising is not a commodity, it's not just a banner ad. It's an animated screensaver that rotates during the entire event. And you can, on our rotating ads, it's a new asset for the organization to be able to sell. And if you look at the mobile phones in front of you, you'll see the rotating ads there. You can put as many as you would like to have unlimited amounts of revenue on during the event. The second way of increasing your revenue is actually from adventure sales. So if somebody's competing and you might have 10 or 15 adventures you want to offer during the actual event, and I'm going to give you an example of one that's and what it's sold for. We did an event where Actually, they were auctioning off a Halloween party at Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion. Any guess of what somebody would have paid to just win that once-in-a-lifetime experience? Let's throw out a number.
$500,000.
Okay, that's really high, but.
How long? Is it half a day?
They paid $8,000 just to win the opportunity for that adventure. So, I mean, we all have our bucket list, right? I know what's on my bucket list with my favorite team. So if you had 10 or 15 of these adventures that you were auctioning off, an average of $10,000 each, that's an instant, each event revenue of $150,000. That's in addition to this. The other revenue opportunity we offer is sponsoring the actual adventure. So if we had a charter flight by Nike, and Nike was sponsoring that adventure, we have a branded link right on that adventure that can go to the sponsor's website. And you can sell that sponsorship for the actual adventure. And the nice thing is whoever wins that adventure is going to be tweeting about it all through social media to their friends for a lifetime. The fourth, and not the last avenue, but I only had 10 minutes, so one of the other ways that you can increase your revenue is by selling memorabilia. During our auction, you can have buy only as opposed to just bidding. And it's not just merchandising, because you can sell all the t-shirts and stuff that you want. But here is where you sell authentic game-used jerseys, helmets, NASCAR racing suits, anything that you want that's really been used, or you could auction them off. We have some really cool things I didn't think I'd have enough time to talk about today. We have what we call geofencing. Again, patent protected. This allows you as an organization to decide who, based on a business decision, who you want to be able to participate. If you would like to have only the people in the stadium participate, or if you'd like to open it up like at Wrigley Field, from Chicago, so sorry. If you wanted to open it up around Wrigley Field, you know, half of the fans are also in all the bars that are around Wrigley Field. So they can open it up to all those fans. Or you can make it virtual. We've had organizations that have had people sitting on a vacation at Turks and Caicos bidding on the auction adventures and winning from a distance. So it can be worldwide. So you can fence it off to any really virtual geography that you would like, open to the public. And so with that, I'd like to see, did any of you all get a trivia question on your phone? So, yeah, hit the red X and then you'll be able to. Why don't we all bid against each other, the three judges? Click on the charter flight, and you can see how it works. It gives you the description of the actual adventure itself. It tells you the starting bid. And there'll be, when the trivia questions pop up, they'll come up in a white envelope that says you have trivia. And the algorithm gives you a certain period of time to open the envelope and a certain period of time to actually answer a trivia question. So these are some of the members of our team.
So I'm curious, could you explain a little bit more? You know, you showed us a screensaver, the auctions, kind of from a user experience standpoint. When do you anticipate that they're actually using these things, seeing these things? I know there's you can geofence, so it's just folks inside of a stadium during a game can do it. But wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more in terms of how you envision the fans actually using these things.
Yeah, they always have their mobile phone right in their hands, right, all the time, no matter where they are. And when they're either through your team app or they're logged on to fanfund.us, the auction is there all the time, the sponsors ads are there all the time, and the trivia question just pops up randomly. And so as they do it, as a trivia question pops up, they answer the question. There's usually one of 4 answers, and if they get it correctly, then they earn points. The nice thing is that based on the number of points they earn, they can go redeem it for a free hot dog, a free beer, a free pretzel, nachos, something like that. It goes on through the entire event. We also have an admin tool that allows any organization to be able to manage the beginning date and time of the event and the ending time of the event. And you'll decide, if you have 40,000 people in the stands, how many prizes would you like to give away and how many trivia questions would you like to have? That kind of dictates that.
Quick question for you. What are the economics to the team in terms of engaging with this?
How much would it cost?
How much would it cost a team to participate, to use it? We have, you can actually API 6 of our solutions into your own team app, or you can run all 6. And just depending on which of the 6 you'd like, we can do it either a revenue share or an event pricing. But the event pricing ranges from $5,000 to $10,000 an event. And when you look at that, everybody says, oh, you should do percentage of revenue because it'd be so much better for us. But it's nice to know what you're spending and nice to know how much profit will drop to the bottom line for the organization. And again, it's unlimited revenue. You can have as many auction adventures as you want, sell those adventures for whatever price you want. You also could have as many sponsorship ads as you want. And one thing I didn't mention about the sponsorship ads is you can make them, you can order them in terms of who's a platinum, gold, silver, or bronze sponsor. So they either rotate more frequently or a little bit longer. So, you know, we're looking probably 100 to maybe 300,000, 500,000 for revenue for the team per event. What I neglected to mention is you don't have to just do this at home. You can do this at any away game. You have fans that are in stadiums at away games. You also can do it during an off season. If you want just a campaign of auctioning off memorabilia, you know, like game-used memorabilia or merchandise, you can do it any time you want year-round. So the nice thing about the revenue is it's not just ticket sales right there. And if your ticket sales are down, you can use the geofencing to only allow people in the stadium to do it, so it will drive more fans actually into the stands. So we thought about it from a business need. What do our customers have as a business need, right? Give their fans something to take with them every time, even if it's just a smile, and also increase your revenue. Give them instant gratification of excitement. You know, they get really passionate. It's amazing how exciting people get. I don't know if you've ever competed in an auction like eBay or something where you really wanted to win something against somebody else. You know, I mean, the adrenaline gets going and you really want to win. Any other questions?
Do you guys require any specific infrastructure at the stadium to run it? So like, I'm just thinking from a Timbers perspective, we don't
Right.
have Wi-Fi.
Right.
From a technological standpoint,
No.
we don't have a ton of infrastructure. So if 15,000 people are trying to get on at one time, would that pose a challenge to execution, speed, et cetera?
Right. We don't require any specific infrastructure because all of our hosting is done on AWS, right, because we wanted the best. So we have minimal to any risk to you. Regardless of if you have broadband accessibility and or Wi-Fi, either. And I know every single league, I research this all the time, every single league has their objectives, you know, to improve their broadband capacity and also to improve some of their Wi-Fi. It just depends on the league and where they are in the sequencing of events. But if they can get on Facebook, if they can get on Twitter, if they can get on anything else, they can use us without any difficulty. Very little bandwidth that it takes in the way that we have it all designed and architectured.
And do you look for the people you're partnering with to provide a certain amount of these experiences, the auctions, or is it truly just up to them? Or do you have kind of best practices or a standard where, you know, contractually you're obligated to do a certain amount over a certain amount of time?
Yeah, there's no contractual obligations whatsoever, and our admin tool allows you to make all those business decisions yourself. Best practice really for the amount of adventures that you want and team experiences you want to auction off, probably anywhere from 10 to 15. And you can do you'll do those every single event, right? And you can actually auction off the same ones. On the trivia questions, you probably want to look at what your budget is, or like how many prizes do you want to give away based on the size of your stadium, how many prizes to give away, and the length and the duration of the actual event. And then we kind of back into, well, how often do you want a trivia question popping up on the phones? So they may pop up like every 2 to 3 minutes, you know, just to keep that adrenaline going. So they're just kind of thought-provoking business questions. And so we just help consult you through that. And it really, every event that you have takes maybe 30 minutes to set up the entire program.
Have you piloted the application yet?
Oh, yes, yes.
And so what is some of the feedback you're getting from your users?
It's been great. You know, the first event that you do, the adoption by the actual fan, right, there needs to be some marketing there. So you either put it on your website or you built it into your own app. But once that adoption with the fans start going on, and they simply have to go to a URL, fanfund.us, and they're in. You know, they register their name and they're in. So very, very easy. We haven't posted our fan videos yet on our website because we're editing those, but we have some fans, and I mean, just in a matter of 2 minutes, you can be logged in and registered and on, and there's no fee for a fan actually to go in and use it.
And then
So-
in terms of that feedback, what have you taken back in terms of lessons learned that you want to focus on, top 3 things you want to focus on going forward?
Well, the top thing that we needed to focus on, which we did about 6 months ago, was allowing it not just to be used from our fanfund.us website, but also integrating into the team app. The biggest thing is that we're finding that the teams really want to promote their own app. But when I ask a team, well, what is your adoption rate for your own app? Because the difference with us is it's truly a reason for a fan to want to go there, right? It's fun, they can win something. Most of the team apps have a lot of content or statistics. There was nothing that was truly emotionally engaging. So what I had said to some of the teams is, we can API right into yours, or you can go directly to ours, and we can provide a footer where everybody in the stadium, because they're using it, will download your app. So that was really the biggest lesson that we learned, is that we need to meet the needs of the organizations if they want to promote and brand. We also have, you won't see anything about ScoreMore on the app. Everything is about, the landing page can be your team, it can all be private labeled to your colors, to your teams, to everything.
2-minute warning, Pam.
Okay, good, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Have you talked to Major League Baseball at all? Because I know they have the one platform. You know, you keep mentioning the team apps, and they,
Right.
you know, discourage individual team apps. And I know the
Yeah.
NHL is just shifting over to the
Exactly.
MLBAM platform.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious if you've had any
Yes.
conversations with them.
We actually have a gentleman out of St. Louis that has a great relationship with them, and we've been talking with the St. Louis Cardinals. We call them BAM, right?
Mhm.
Okay, that's the acronym. It's not just them who have some control over marketing rights. There's also organizations like that that exist for colleges and universities. So the key is with those large overarching organizations that like to have the same website, the same mobile apps, is to find out what assets they currently have and what assets they need. And we can just integrate right to them. So we're actually in the process of speaking with them. And yes, you're 100% right. They are not only the marketing organization for baseball, but soon to be hockey, if not already. Their control, to the best of my understanding right now, is mostly over sponsorship. And, you know, you may know a little bit more about that being Nike, but, you know, like they have to approve sponsors at every level with each one of the teams. So some of the stuff that we do, no one's ever done before, so I'm hesitant to say that they might have control over it, but they're probably not knowledgeable yet about integrating an auction and integrating the team trivia, that type of thing, and the rotating ads.
And that would be all the time that we have for this presentation. So
was
thank
good.
you so much,
Okay.
Pam.
Thank you all.